In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can start making $10,000 a month consistently. If you're new here, I'm DONI Brown and I specialize in getting to the bag. I'm the owner of a brand called Wealthy Women where we holistically teach women how to transform their lives so that they can actually be wealthy. So I'm super excited about this video because the first step to being wealthy is to have cash flow. A couple of years ago, back in 2020, I did a challenge with a few of my friends that completely changed my life. I was sitting here thinking about it the other day, and a lot of times I contribute my success to when I got fired from my last job and how I made this decision to teach and all this stuff on that very day. My life changed. But in reality, that was me pivoting that day, but that's not the day that I completely transformed the way that I showed up and the way that I went about manifesting my life that I have today. I remember at that time, the financial advisor that I had at that time, we sat there and talked about all my goals, visions, whatever, and he was like, okay, we're gonna get there, but on a basic level, the most important thing for any of this to work is cash flow. Before anything else, cash flow has to happen. And that stuck with me. And ever since I've grown my business, the ups and downs, every little thing that's happened, he's been correct on that. Nothing flows unless you have cash flow. I know a lot of people on here, on YouTube and everywhere love to talk about you need to be investing, you need to be doing this, you need to be saving, you need to be, all of that is great. But it's not really possible unless you have the proper cash flow. And so when people say, just make more money, a lot of you guys feel like it's insensitive and you're like, I can't, like I don't know how to do that. But the reason you don't know how is because you have not ever put yourself in a place where you're forcing yourself, literally you have to force yourself to learn how to use your skill set, okay? Pick up a skill set if you don't have one, but you're not forcing yourself to use your skill set to generate revenue. Learning to generate revenue is the best thing you can do. The very best thing you can do for yourself. The real thing that really transformed everything for me was doing this challenge with my friends. So with the challenge, we all got together and we realized none of us had ever made $10,000 in a month at that time. So we decided that we were gonna challenge each other to do that. We wanted to make $10,000 in 30 days. Us doing this challenge, it did a lot more than just like help us make more money. It completely changed the way that we approached our businesses and our side hustles and our talents and our gifts. It completely changed our mindset, the way that we showed up, the way that we even felt about ourselves and what we were capable of. And everything, the trajectory for all of us in the group was just insane. I made a TikTok video about it here, and I'll have a link to it in the description bar if you want to watch it. I explain this in a lot more detail. But basically the rules were that we all had to only use our gifts, our talents, our side hustles, and our businesses in order to make this money. We could not use any money that we had from our day job in order to do this. The challenge felt really heavy on our shoulders at first because one, we had not ever made anything close to that, and most of us were broke. Literally, we all planned this within 2 weeks of when the pandemic hit. And so we all sat in a coffee shop for 48 hours, okay? Until each of us had a plan on how we could make $10,000 a month. We wanted to be able to do it with ease, okay? We did not want to feel worn out because that goes against abundance. A lot of times when you're not used to doing something at a certain level, you believe in your head that you're gonna have to work 10 times harder, you're gonna have to do so much more than what you're already doing. And so we wanted to go against that because we knew firsthand many millionaires that we had worked under and seen up close. They weren't necessarily working so much harder than everyone else. They were working smarter, they were working more strategically, they were operating in their gifts and their purpose. Those are all the key things that we noticed about all of them. So we sat there for those 48 hours and we spent time on each of us individually, and we all brainstormed for everybody in the group on how we could get there. So after I shared this on TikTok, everybody went crazy in the comments. There were two things I heard. I want to do this, how can I do this? But two, they said they don't have friends in order to be able to do this. So what I decided to do was I created a challenge virtually that we're all gonna do together. And I'm gonna take you through the same process that I did with my friends so that you guys can do this as well and have your first 10K month and hopefully have them consistently after that. So all you have to do is click the link in the description to sign up for the challenge. It is a free 5-day challenge, okay? And every single day I'm gonna go live and I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can figure out how to make $10,000 a month consistently yourself using your gifts, your talents, or your business. Go sign up now and then come right back so we can get into some of the things that you need to do in order to make 10K a month. Of course, I've done this before on my channel, but it's basic math, okay? In order to make 10K in a month, you need to make $333 in a day. So some days you can make more than that, some days you might make less. If there's ever a day where you make less, you need to plan to overcompensate later in the month so that you can still hit your goal, okay? It's never a thing of, oh, I just didn't hit my goal today, so I'm not gonna make $10,000. No. Okay, we didn't hit it today, we were 100 off, we were a few dollars off, cool. Next week, I'm gonna run a sale or I'm gonna do something in order to overcompensate for whatever I missed out on today. So that's always the mentality, is like, hey, we were a few dollars short today, it doesn't matter. We'll fix it later next week, or whenever I do X, Y, and Z, that should make up for it. Don't be fazed by that, but just understand the basic math of like what your daily goal is and then how to overcompensate for when you don't hit that goal, okay? The first thing that we all had to do in order to make this challenge work was we all had to decide that if we were trading time for money, like if our skill set required us to trade time for money, we need to charge a premium for it because we can't get it back, we can't duplicate it. That is what it is. Start charging a premium for your time. Even if that means that you have to spend a little more time on whatever it is just so you can charge a little more, that's fine. But I would rather you make $1,000 as a coach doing an intensive rather than making $200 doing a 1-hour session. That makes a lot more sense to make $1,000 in a day than to just book one, even two coaching calls in a day at $200, right? Like, we just have to think like that, right? So it's one client versus 2 or 3, and you're still making more. So that's your time. You can't get that back. That is the most valuable thing that we have, is our time. Now, another thing is, if you can figure out a way to add passive income or residual income to whatever you're doing, perfect, okay? So residual income would be similar to like YouTube, where I make this video and I get money off of it over and over and over for months to come. So that's also how you have to think, is like, okay, how can I make passive income? Is there anything I can do to set up some automations or processes that will help me make this money? So even if you are a coach, you can still do the same type of thing where you have a free training set up that people can go watch at any time, and in that free training, you're selling them on the idea of working with you, right? So you go over your framework or what it's like to work with you, and then in there you give them the opportunity and you say, hey, if you want to work with me, this is how. Maybe you do host events, maybe you are, maybe you're a model, maybe you're something else. You just need to get in front of the right people so that they can book you. How can I start getting in front of those people consistently and do that at a mass scale? So you might need to run ads to those people. Personally, I know of people that are speakers, and depending on who they like what crowds they like to speak to, they actually run ads to the people that would be over those types of events. They will run targeted ads to people that are hosting events, people that run schools, people that run universities, people that run corporate companies. You can also try to get referrals from people that you've already done work for. Get referrals and try to get business that way. But just get creative and think about that. Like, how can I get in front of new people? You need to be getting in front of new people, but also whoever you've worked with in the past, get them to either become repeat customers or get them to refer people to you. That right there will save you a lot of energy and time. But that is the biggest thing, is you need a clear process on how you're gonna get your leads and attract people that will buy your stuff from you. And that is a revenue generating activity, and you have to place that as a priority, because that is the only way you will consistently hit this revenue goal. It can't be a guessing game. It cannot be okay, today I guess I'm gonna post on Instagram, or today I guess I'm gonna do this to get money. No, it has to be a solid plan that you can do over and over and over in order to reach your goal. So whatever you identify that works, whether it's running ads or you need to get referrals, or you need to do X, Y, and Z. Figure out what that is and do it. Now, to piggyback off of that, you need to focus on the revenue generating activities instead of focusing so much on maintenance, okay? A lot of you guys get wrapped up in the maintenance of your side hustle, or all the things that are involved in doing whatever it is that you do to make money. Maybe you're an artist and you take a long time to sit there and make your music or paint the painting. That's great, but that is not a revenue generating activity. That is maintenance. Maybe instead of you mixing and mastering all your songs, maybe you can outsource it to someone on Upwork or Fiverr. I know you guys are picky with your art and your talents and your things, but when they're doing that, you could be focusing on how to get more streams for your music. You could be focusing on how to get more people to purchase your merch. Outsource some of the maintenance stuff, because the more you're caught up with those tasks, the less money you're gonna make. That is why companies hire people, because it gives them more room to make more money. Because then the people that run the company can focus on making more money. People on Fiverr and Upwork are typically not expensive. You can also hire someone from the Philippines to do some work for you, like to help you and assist you with different things, and it's very affordable. But just think through that and be open-minded on what it is that you can outsource so that you can focus on generating more revenue. Like I said before, I'm doing a free 5-day challenge where you can actually join me and do this with me. And I'm gonna walk you through exactly what you need to do to figure out how you can utilize your gifts, your talents, your business, how you can structure things in order to make more money. If you're having a hard time identifying what your gifts are, we will go through that as well. And I'm gonna teach you how to automate things. I'm gonna talk through how to fix your money blocks and your mindset blocks so that we can get you there. But this is the kind of challenge that you really don't wanna miss out on. Click the link in the description to sign up and join me. And if you're watching this video at a later date, it's not too late. Go click it, because I'm gonna keep doing these challenges all the time, because I know how you guys are when you miss out on stuff, so I don't want you to miss out, okay? I don't want you to be mad at me. I'm gonna keep doing the challenges so that we can all be a part of this and make $10,000. If you already signed up, you can just watch another video. Duh. We can just hang out longer. We're besties now, so just go click the next video and I'll see you there.